Hello YouTube. We're gonna have another episode of my secret base series plus some farms. In the last episode, which was a while ago, I did the cave base. Or, well, really it works for any wall, but it also works in a dark cave. Watch that video if you want to see. You know, it's a small base. And, you know, it's simple. It's simple. It doesn't require much. Then, of course, we have the easy bamboo. It works for sugarcane and cactus. Well, cactus you kind of have to change to it, but it works for bamboo and sugarcane very easily. Now, back to business. This one is probably going to need some work. I'll have to make a small diorama, but it'll be worth it once you guys see what I'm doing. So, get sand. Let me get water. And I'll just show you. So, say you are building an ocean base. You know, a base that you don't want any of your friends to find. 2, 3, 4. Alright, 9 by 9 works. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And basically, you want this base to work, but say your friends kind of follow you. They keep following you. I know because this has personally happened to me. I have tried all of these bases out at another point, mainly with that dude in my friend group, not Shiloh. But either way, your base doesn't work because your friends see it, it's in the open. I notice a lot of people don't even hide their underwater bases because they think, oh well, no one will see that, it's an underwater base. But they do. Now, of course, I know several of my other friends have made underwater bases, but that's mostly because they know I have a fear of the ocean. Now, even in video games, I can't play Subnautica because of it, which sucks. It's terrifying, and it's just how it is, but, either way, now, I'm only showing this because a lot of people are afraid of the ocean, so you can use this against them. It's also a really dangerous base to go to, so typically it's not worth the trip. Typically. Now, let's just hold up. Let me just use the Canman 18 trick. But either way, in this base, I'm basically just going to show you how to hide an underwater base so no one can find it. Now, I know some people may be like, oh, well, this base won't work. It will. Trust me, it will. I know because, like I said before, I've used bases like these. I've made underwater bases. These ones work more for a, not a shore, but like, I've put mine on the coasts, and they have never been found, but that's mostly because people aren't looking. But, basically, there we go. Let's just say it goes way higher than this. And basically, underwater, from a distance, no one can see deep enough. When they can, all they're going to see is sand. So you got to use that. You know, the sea floor isn't perfectly flat. There's usually some kind of you know, this. Something like this. Something they would notice. Sorry, I would have prepped this beforehand, but I completely forgot. I'm all out of whack today because I've got an ear infection. I took my medicine for it, but yeah. Let me just raise this up because there we go. Basically what's going to happen is that you gotta find, and you can try this, trust me, it works. I mean, if it doesn't for you, that's probably just your friends or coincidence, but it's a good base if you don't have many resources, but you do have an ocean. You see this? It looks mostly natural. I'm actually going to raise it up another block. Sorry. I know this is taking a minute. While I finish this up, I've been watching The Boys. I'm already on Season 5, Episode 1. And I've got to say, it's really good. I love The Boys. Either way, so. Let's just say, you're at the ocean, and you see this terrain. You pop a water breathing potion, or bring signs, or just be really lucky and swim up quickly, and you're like, oh hey, this is pretty good. Well, this is a golden spot because there are 2 mounds here for different rooms. There's an intricate way around it too, and 2 places for entrances. This is the regular entrance, that's the emergency entrance. Now, what you're gonna need is, let me get the stuff, a ladder, sandstone, because some of this is gonna have to peek out, and you need some patience. Now, this is the kind of base you're gonna have to, nuts. That's fine. This is the kind of base that you're gonna need. Since sand is a block you can break with your fist, that means that you can just be like, alright, boom, secret base found. Well, not found, but like, you get what I mean. Either way, you're also gonna need a trapdoor. I'm gonna go with bamboo because I like that block. Plus, you have that bamboo, farm right over there. So, you can use that. Now, it's gonna put you in the crouch position, or not the crouch, the, yeah, that position, the swimming position. But either way, like I said, some of this is gonna have to show. You know, I'm just going to pre-do this. This does take a bit of work, but it is worth it in the end. Yeah, you're gonna want to dig out that area. You want to try to keep it as natural as possible to how you left it. I'm sorry, I completely didn't know what video to make, and I just thought this will work. Alright. Ah, crap. But yeah, gotta make an area to link all of the areas up. Yeah, you kind of have to, there we go. I probably should have planned this better, but here we are. If you want to, you know, really try to give yourself as much space as possible, you know, use sandstone. It'll probably fit in, especially if it's a desert beach. There's 2 entrances, so there's 2 exits. Then, of course, you have the fact that you can just put this here. It looks mostly natural, though anyone who with eyes can that looks close enough will be able to tell it's not natural. But remember, this is at the bottom of the ocean. No one has time to be looking around. Yeah. So, no one has time to hunt for a secret base that might not even be there. A lot of people give up very quickly, and then you're fine. And that's the point. There's enough space to make a few rooms. You know, bed. Not what I wanted. There you go. Crafting table, furnace. Light. I would recommend lanterns just because they don't fall when coming into contact with water. You know, if I put the crafting table here, 2 furnaces here, maybe a remember, it's gotta be a tighter base because, like, there's not a lot of, like, there's a lot of reason to come down here, but it's a secret base. It's not your house. And if you need light, which you will, got the furnace, got a gateway to here. Let me get the boot trap door. Remember, I'm also constantly tweaking my ideas as we speak, because maybe while I'm doing this, I'm like, actually, my original design kind of sucked. Either way, you put your bed here. It's out of the way. Maybe put, if you have it, probably not at this stage, and by the time you need it, you probably have better bases, but an ender chest. And, yeah, it's a good base. Comes in handy. It, in my opinion, could probably use some work. There's a lot of things you can do with it. You know, you can dig out the floor, be like, oh hey, more chests. But honestly, the less noise, the better, in case someone hears. And then when you're ready to leave the base, you do this, put the sand here, and then you leave. And that is my ocean base. It works as long as there is sand at the bottom. By the way, I'm making a Sims 4 series at some point. I'm not even going to put the shulker box. I don't feel like you guys saw what I did. Alright, now, since I probably haven't been filming that long, and I have a buttload of time, let's make another farm. Alright, now, bear with me. This farm has helped me out several times in the past. Let me think of what I need. I haven't made it in a while because I'm not in a world long enough to need it, but it does suit my needs when I do need it. Let me think. I've got a picture of it on my iPad. Hold up. Alright, I got it. This one is a bit of an expensive farm, that's why I haven't been able to get it. You'll need obsidian. You'll need several buckets of lava and water. It's kind of inconvenient, but it also isn't. Then you will need blackstone stairs, not because they're good or durable, but because, you know, they're just great to use. This is going to be a larger farm. Yes. Alright. Now, you probably can already tell what I'm doing here. It is a I can't remember if it's whoa no. This is a wonderful farm that I love very much. Perfect. Now, time to get. I'm pretty sure the water goes on the bottom. I haven't made it in a while. And I don't have an inside pick. I just need to make sure. I can't remember if it was still made of obsidian or not, or if I found something better. Alright. I don't remember if this still works, or if maybe it wasn't like this. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure this is how. It is not at all how it works. And how did I... What did I do with this farm? It was something. Huh. Maybe it is lava first. No, that wouldn't make sense. Alright, let me do an experiment here. If I just put lava. So I'm pretty sure this makes obsidian, not. Yeah. So what am I just crazy or? All right, never mind. I have very obviously forgotten how to make the farm. All right, I will come back to that probably. My apologies. All right. This one's a pretty typical farm, but I'll make a typical farm for you guys, so you have an underground base, or really any base, it doesn't really matter. Sorry, excuse me. this is just for an example. Hold up. There we go. Alright. The chest goes here. Oh yeah, I forgot tick speed is up. That's mostly just for ease for the farms. This is just a micro scale. I usually go big or go home, which means more hoppers, but this one will just be a small farm. Alright. Yes, there we go. Now. Oh, wait, no. No. How did I remember. Alright. Good. Then, I'll grab a chest. Sorry the other farm didn't work. I swear that's how I did it. I'll have to find a world where I have done it, which there aren't many right now. Because I haven't needed one in a while. Cobblestone isn't a precious resource. I can open a chest through glass. Yes, I can. Typically I have a slab there, but glass is better for all intensive purposes. Alright. This one's just, you know, your average, oh, wait. I need that one gone. That one gone. Alright. This is just your average, you know, farm, like, final farm design. You know, something you'll use forever. I'll just get wheat seeds. Then I will get dispensers. It also doesn't take that much. It just takes a lot of iron, I think is the most expensive resource used here. And redstone, but that's not too much. Typically, I'm not sure, you know, that's yes and no with that. It depends on the world, because some worlds you're lucky, some you aren't. Either way, to save on water, you know, you can use... Wait, these have to be pushed back a bit, don't they? Yeah. There we go. And I'm using glass so you can see everything right out in the open. Alright, now, just till all this ground. And if you're wondering why it's going so fast, like I said earlier, tick speed. I've turned it up drastically. Just so I don't have to deal with all the waiting. So I can give you guys a proper showing of how this works. Hold up. There we go. I know I've been doing a lot of live streams lately. I just can't trust Steam's filming right now. Every time I try, it just gives me issues. And I know there's a bunch of people who are probably going to be like, oh, well, not really, no, you know, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of people, like, who think, oh, well, that's just not how that works. And it's like, Oh no, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm not thinking straight. But will it go through glass? Let's see. No, it won't. All right. Let's get a bucket of water in here. See if it works. Yeah, I think this should work. Keyword should. Might not. But isn't that the whole fun of this? I really haven't used this method. The farms are more just stuff I've seen, stuff I've like seen in videos. Might work, might not. Let's see where alright. There we go. Alright, now let me get a water bucket in all of these. There we go. Oh, let me turn off the thing. Let me replant all this. Alright, let's, while we wait for that to grow. No. Come on, man. Sometimes this game makes me want to cry. I don't hate this game, but sometimes I have very strong feelings about this game. I forgot to put the glass over. Because I cannot afford to have to replant all that and put all the redstone back down. Alright, good enough. Alright. Also, I'm getting a Nintendo Switch 2 before the price increase. Alright, I was afraid of that. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, I think I can fix this by adding a few more. Now the best thing about this is that I don't have to do that much work. I just have to fix what I've messed up. All right, now. Great. All right. All right. Now if I just, there we go. Alright, this is starting to make me very frustrated. Alright. Let's just... Alright. Sorry guys, I thought that would work. I screwed up. I have made a farm like this, but it got ruined because one of my, well, not one of my friends, but someone on the world, I think it's that dude's friend Cody, I can't remember. I haven't seen the guy in years, but the point is that he did something that kind of annoyed me. Why is the water, oh, because it can't, I dried out the real water, the water I wanted there. Great. Alright, almost done guys, sorry. Basically, I tried this, but he replaced all of the buckets of water with lava, so when I went to drain it, or when I went to use the water, it burned all of my crops, which annoyed me, obviously. Alright. Now, let's see if it gets the rest of the crops. Why? Alright. Alright, so that means that we have another issue. Alright, if I bring this one forward. Oh, crap. If I just flick this lever. Now, if I put this here. I'm so glad redstone works on glass, because I can do this. I'm sorry, guys. I thought this would work better, but I need a little refresher on my redstone, I guess. Just what I need. And this might not even work. Oh wait, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I know what I'm doing here now. Probably, I'm not sure. Let me put the water back in here. Alright, that should work. Now, all of this is depending on this working, but I'm also not fully done. I need that back. Let's give these the water. And there we go. Alright, this should work. Now if I just... I haven't made one of these, but I don't typically make farms because I don't typically need them. But this I believe will work. Why is there... Alright. Well, let me just... What? These have their... So why won't it... Alright, let me... Ah, so it made a, It made a... It made a water source, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Alright, well, I can fix that in a minute. Aw, come on, don't do this. I'm not in the mood. I'm just trying to make a video here. Come on, Minecraft. Alright. Turn that off. Let's just... Redstone is easy. Trust me. Yeah. I am so good at redstone. I'm sorry, guys. I would have put more planning into this if I thought it would be like this. But I didn't think it would be like this, obviously. Now, let's get this on. Let me put this here. Hopefully this works. Alright. I'm almost done. Almost done. Then you can go back to watching whatever videos you're watching. Before you decide to click onto this video. If you're still even watching, I don't know, I wouldn't. I have royally screwed up this video. And if you're still watching, you are a better person than I am. Alright. Now, why? Why? Work. Alright. Alright, so in today's video, we made an underwater base. And that's it. Nothing else. Alright. Thanks for watching. Sorry for messing up. Later, skaters.